in Atlanta. Just took the lean in the family. Credit cards and the scammers. Getting the licks in the band. Legacies.
Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday evening. Hope everybody having a great day. Had a great day. Thank you for being here tonight with me. Let me know if you can hear me as I set up this different sound card and a different mic, and I don't know how happy I am with it as of yet. So let me know how I sound. If I sound funky in a bad way, let me know, please. And I'm going to address it right away. Big shout out to everybody watching on any platform out there, whether it be on Facebook or YouTube or Rumble or Twitch or X or Instagram or Kick. I appreciate you all. If you haven't done so already, hit that like, subscribe, notify, share, follow, whatever button. And it really does help the channel. Aside from that, guys, Grassroots KC is bringing this show to you once again. You go to grassrootskc.com, use code MAX10, and get 10% off all your purchases. We ship nationwide, all over the universe, everywhere. Asgard, we ship down to Atlantis, we ship everywhere. So nothing but the best quality products out there, I guarantee you. We're going to get into this draft here in a minute. And like I said, I got the sound card hooked up. But if you cannot hear me, please leave a comment and let me know. From what I'm hearing on my test over here, it is coming in, so that's good. You guys excuse me for a moment. I'm going to play the Mad Max song. Turn this device over here off to make sure that you have my full undivided attention and there is no additional echo anywhere. So we'll listen to the beautiful Mad Max song. We'll go over yesterday's first round and get ready to start off this second round. Sound like a plan, everybody? All right.
Community, we're all are welcome, from sports to the mysterious. There's no boredom. Open your mind, embrace the unknown. Yeah, on Mad Max TV, we talk about it all, from touchdowns to controversies big and small. Come join our community, we're all are welcome, from sports to the mysterious. There's no boredom. Open your mind, embrace the unknown. Yeah. On Mad Max TV, we talk about it all, from touchdowns to controversies big and small. Come join our community, we're all are welcome, from sports to the mysterious. There's no boredom. Open your mind, embrace the unknown. On Mad Max TV, we talk about it all, from touchdowns to controversies big and small. Come join our community, we're all are welcome, from sports to the mysterious. There's no boredom. Open your mind.
All right, we're back, everybody. I think I've got everything solved on my end and figured out, so hopefully that'll take care of any issues. Now, let's go ahead, add that bad boy up here. Recap round number one. Obviously, Cooper Flagg went to the Mavericks, first overall pick out of Duke. Then we got Dylan Harper going to the Spurs. VJ Edgecombe going third to the Sixers. Con Nepal going fourth to the Hornets. Ace Bailey fifth going to the Jazz. Hopefully he doesn't have any issues playing for the Jazz. Yeah, you be thankful that you got drafted. Be thankful that you're going to be able to set yourself up for the future, your family up for the future, and just don't do anything to jeopardize your future. Be smart. I know you had a little bit of drama prior to the draft, so let's not do that, okay? Let's just not. Yeah, what is right? Next, we have Trey Johnson going 6 to the Wizards. Then after that, we had pick number 7, Jeremiah Fears going to the Pelicans. Igor Demin going to the Nets. CMB going 9th to the Raptors. We had Kaman Mulaka, Common or Cayman Malik. We can, he's going to the Suns. That was the top 10 yesterday, and that's where we stopped. Then pick number 11 for the Grizzlies, Cedric Coward. Then we had Noah Esengu for the Bulls at 12. Pick number 13, Pelicans again, Derek Queen. 14, Spurs again, Carter Bryant. Thunder coming out with Thomas Soberber at pick number 15. And then Portland came out with Hanson Yang, 7'1". He's a tall fella, 253 pounds, 20 years old. Let's see what he does. They compare him to Vucevic, so it's not a bad comparison. They gave Portland a C+ as far as the draft itself goes, which, listen, all these guys, with very few exceptions, are all still developing, and that's a good thing, because I think ultimately with all this young, new talent being introduced to the league, it changes the entire landscape of it all. And this is going to drive me batshit crazy. This is why I got rid of the sound cards in the first place. I don't know if you guys can hear this, and I apologize, but it's an absolute pain in the ass, regardless of the sound card, it seems like, and the way that they behave. But if you guys think it sounds good, just run with it. Yep. Next, we have at 17, Joan Berenger going to the Timberwolves. At 18, Walter Clayton Jr. going to the Jazz. And another pick for the Nets at 19, Nolan Traore. And we had pick number 20 by the Heat, Kasparas Yakunocius in this. Sionis. Sorry. That was a D+. How do you get a D+ draft grade if you're the Miami Heat? What the fuck? Sorry. Then we had pick 21, Will Riley. I got a C+ too for the Wizards, but the Wizards are gonna the Nets again here at pick 22 with Drake Powell. A lot of these are just one and done guys. There's very few sophomores, juniors, etc. that are coming out. They're all just coming out. Then we had pick 23, Asa Noel. A+ for the Hawks on that one. Kings at pick 24, Nick Clifford. And that was a, upperclassman senior. Congratulations. He's 23 years old, a little bit older. Got compared to Chris Middleton and Damon Bain. Good comparisons. Damon Bain now, of course, part of the Magic, and Middleton, he signed and stayed with the Wizards, so he's got some young talent around him, and I feel that he's going to be – Chris Middleton's a great player, and he's been a great player throughout his career. I don't expect to see that change at any time soon. So don't get it twisted. And let me put something in the background here. As we go down, I will play. Let's do this one. There we go. All right. Nick Clifford, number 24 to the Kings, who were the Kansas City Kings, who were the Cincinnati Royals before they became the Sacramento Kings. But, I think the Kansas City may be in line for a professional basketball team. we certainly have the market here for it, though it's a smaller market. We have the Chiefs, we have the Royals. We don't have a Major League Hockey team, but we do have the Sprint Center. We still have Kemper Arena. We have Municipal Auditorium, so we have plenty of indoor venues to where we could house a team, whether it be an NBA team, a WNBA team, maybe both. We've got professional soccer teams here, of course, and Mahomes is part of those, and he's also part of the Royals as well. But I'd love to see an NBA team or a hockey team come down here to Kansas City once again, and that'd be awesome. It'd be really, really great for the city, and I think the city would really rally behind it and support it, but I think it would do well, take off. Excuse me. Thank you, guys. And next we have the Magic, pick number 25 in the first round, Jace Richardson. Gave him an A+. Hey, not mad at him. A little short, a little small, but, you know, he's not 20 years old yet. Compared him to Derek White and Rich Hamilton, two comparisons that I would be very happy with. There is nothing wrong with either one of those. You would be blessed if you can accomplish what either one of those gentlemen have been able to do. Both champions. So, very good. I turned down that just a little bit, so maybe that echo will help, and I'm still playing with it. I've had it for a while. I read the directions on it many a time. I've had sound cards before. This is a different one. The problem with going from a condenser mic, dynamic mic, and then trying to integrate the sound card with my tower unit, it was a pain in the butt. So I stopped to where I was and didn't want to run late, make sure we got the show going on time. And we did. The one drawback of it is, like I said, I can't hear myself, which is weird. So unless I play something directly out of the sound card, I don't hear the background music that I should have playing for the show. Hopefully you guys can, and if you don't mind, comment for me and let me know if there's background music playing. It's just a rhythm type of beat, nothing super special. So, and then I'll integrate more usefulness out of this sound card as I play with it more and get a tweak to where I have it exactly where I want it, how I want it, and it'll be perfect. Work with me, guys. Another big thing that we got coming, I talked to my good friend Tony last night, and I hadn't talked to him in a while. He's been busy. He travels a lot. He lays pipe. He's a pipe layer, so he's around. He's in need. So it's a good thing for him. I'm glad he's doing well. But he's going to start joining on the show here. So it'll be the jump off of Paris and Max. Paris is his last name. That's why it's going to be Paris and Max. It'll be fun. We've worked together before in the past, and we've known each other for 35 plus years. We same age. Actually, Tony might be a little bit older than me. He's a little darker than me because he's black. He's not a black Jew, but he might as well be because he lived with me for long enough that he understands. He gets it. Yeah, he really does. Anyway, Jace Richardson, 25 to the Magic. Then we have Ben Seraph, who just looks, God bless it, man. Look at that man's face. Is it because he's going to the Nets? I don't know. They got a B+ grade for him compared to Tomas Satoransky and D'Lo Russell. Might as well compare it to a pile of shit and a difficult name to pronounce. That's the best way I can explain it. Then we got the Nets yet again with pick number 27, and they get Danny Wolf, a big 6'11", 252 junior. Hey, a little bit of maturity would help. Hope Kelly Olynyk and Hedo Turkoglu, good comparisons there, and they got a B for it. Better than that B+ they got with the comparison of D'Lo Russell and Tomas Satoransky. Yeah, no. And then with pick number 28, the Boston Celtics. Right here. See that? Anybody that says Beantown, you can tell that they've never been to Boston before. So just a little bit of let you know. Draft class grade A. Boom. Young, 6'6", 205. Got some meat on them. Coming out of Real Madrid. Oh, what are you worried about? They're preparing to not have Tatum because of, obviously, the Achilles. So, listen, we'll see what the kid does. I'm hopeful for him. I feel good about it. I think it's a great pick, and the draft grade agrees as well. In comparison to Josh Green, that's not a bad comparison. It's really not. I think it's a solid comparison, all things considered. Let me try this. Maybe that'll help a little bit. There we go. See if that does anything. Maybe it'll help a little bit right there. Maybe right there. Anyway. And with the 29th pick, the Hornets pick up Liam McNeely, the big 6'7", 215-pounder, after Robert Williams, or Mark Williams, I apologize, is no longer with the team. He just got traded. So Liam, he's got some big shoes to fill, even though he's not going to be playing at the center position. They gave him a C+ as far as the draft grade goes. Can't really knock him for that. It's about right. It's about right. He's been coached well throughout his college career for one season, like many of these other young men have. So don't, give them an opportunity. Don't sit there and try to dog them out, nothing like that. Let's see how well they do. Give them a chance to shine. They are all a very young, talented group. This first round was an amazing first round, probably one of the best I've seen in the last at least 10 years, without a doubt. Way better than last year's draft. Way better. You can probably compare it closer to the 23 draft with Wemby, the Thompson twins, Brandon Miller, etc. all came out. So similar to that, but I do think this is a considerably better draft class. And I think we're really going to enjoy watching these young men get on the court and play. So I'm really looking forward to it. And with the final pick of the first round, Los Angeles Clippers pick up Yannick Conan Niederhauser. I'm sorry. They got himself a big man in the middle. That's what they need. 7-footer, 243. Coming in at 22 years old, just a little more. Came out as a junior. There you go. I respect that. I do. And if it were me, honestly, if I were in a position to where these young men were in college, NIL money, I would stay and play, make money, come out with a degree, have something to fall back on, and you know what? Build on that. That way, if something, God forbid, were to happen, then I'm not going to be fucked for the rest of my life. And now we're still waiting for round 2 to kick off. I don't believe it has as of yet, unless we are running super late, but we can always refresh this. So let's try that. Dun, 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 dun. I really am super grateful for those of you tuning in, watching, and being a part of this. It does mean a lot to me. It's a pleasure to have everyone in here from whatever platform that you are watching on. So thank you very much. While we're waiting, I pulled out some stuff just to show. All the Kobe hate lately has been driving me crazy, and I've got some Kobe autos. So I figure I'll show you guys what those look like here before anybody gets drafted. So let me put that up here on the big screen. There we are. Here's these have all been certified, authenticated. I don't buy fakes. There's one. It's one of my favorite ones right here. too. Everything certified, everything legit. This one's probably my favorite just because it's got 8 and 24 on it. That's one of my favorite cards. It's all credible, authenticated by credible authenticators. There's another one there. I've got several. This is another one of my favorites here. And then the last one. Well, no, actually, I'll show you guys what I see when I go on live here in just a second to give you an idea. So those are almost all of my Kobe autos. Here are most of my Jordan autos, also authenticated, certified. This is the jumbo size one. And this is AAA. MJ's Diaries. That is Ray Allen right there that he's on, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Ray Allen when Ray was still with the Bucks. And this is yet another one. This one is in blue ink. This one is in black ink. And obviously it's horizontal card, which I also love. Another one, vertical, black ink. Also, like I said, everything has been certified, authenticated. I don't mess with fakes. I don't do that. This is probably one of my favorite ones. And then I'm going to move this camera and I'll show you what I see when I'm going on. Doesn't mess up. I'll be able to fix it though. So there's a Bo Jackson auto. There's a Joe Frazier auto. There's Jesus up top. There's Larry Bird jersey. There's Mahomes. There's no auto there. There's Kobe and MJ. That's not an auto. Lyle Alzado. That is an auto. There's my other Kobe auto right there. There's Larry Legend. There's another auto of Larry. I got plenty of Larry's autos. There is Lyle Alzado autos. There's one there, and then postcard right above it, and then Muhammad Ali auto. And then over here, there's a Joe Montana big plaque auto. And then there's a caricature of me when I was younger. So this is what I see. And there's a picture of some of my daughter's art. She knows I love Reese's chocolate peanut butter cups. So she drew me a piece of art. But yeah, we got Jesus and a bunch of Hall of Fame athletes that give me motivation. That's what I see when I go live. If I go live from Studio A, which is the one I'm at now. The primary studio. I've also got another studio in the back where I guess you can't really see it too good right now, but it's back there. I occasionally go live from there as well, and you know what? It all seems to be working out just fine. So I'm happy with that. And we have our first pick of the second round. Here we go. Rasheer Fleming, A- going to, no big surprise there, Suns. After you getting KD, you're going to have to get somebody in there to fill in those big shoes, and you need a big man. Almost 21 years old, coming out as a junior, 6'9", 232, A- grade, comparing to Larry Nance Jr. and Brandon Bass. Whether that's a fair comparison, I don't know. It's hard to say, but, you know, it's a better comparison than a lot of other ones could be, potentially. So Let's just keep it under. Yep. That's right. Don't you forget it. Also, guys, remember, this is an interactive show. You guys are always welcome to one. If you want to come on, come on. Jump on in. There's links there. You can turn your mic on, turn your camera off if you're shy. Jump in, say what you want to say. You're more than welcome to do so. I encourage it greatly. Get out of your comfort zone and do something different. All right, we got another pick in. The Magic with the second overall pick in the second round. Select Noah Penda, Lamont Sarth Basket. They got that from the Celtics via the Wizards. No grade on it yet, but we're talking about a 6'8" forward weighing 225 and just under 21 years of age. So comparisons to Boris Diaw and Thado Sefolosha. I didn't watch a lot of Thabo Sefolosha growing up. And while we have a chance to talk about it, I'm going to talk about this Kobe disrespect shit about LeBron. I'm not a LeBron fan. Am I the biggest LeBron hater? No. But I've actually seen basketball long enough and watched enough of it for long enough to know that this guy is an absolute fucking fraud. And if you don't know because you've only seen basketball for a limited amount of time, then your perspective is not going to be anywhere near that of somebody who's been watching it for twice as long. If you're 30 years old and you're making YouTube videos about basketball, I'm not saying you don't know what you're talking about. I'm just saying you don't know as much as other people that have been watching the game a lot longer than you've been alive. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. You know, my era grew up watching Jordan. My era grew up sitting here watching Larry Bird. My era grew up watching some of the greatest basketball players of all time ever. And then, like I said, right now it's a watered down league. You got LeBron James who just won't leave. And I think that's a huge problem. I think that it's a problem for the league, and it's something that they need to get taken care of and address. I think that it's ridiculous that this man is actually still playing. This isn't the senior league. Go out and play some pickup ball if you want. Go out and play with your kids. Help. Just get out of the league already. Do something else. Enough's enough. 22, 23 seasons, still trying to chase rings, and now you're saying ring culture, ring culture. If ring culture didn't matter to you, LeBron, then why did you leave the Cavaliers in the first place? If ring culture doesn't matter, why aren't you still a part of the Cavaliers team? You know what I'm saying? Why'd you leave Cleveland in the first place? Why wouldn't you just stay with the one club if ring culture didn't matter? Idiot. Just an idiot. And then you got his bumbling son. I wouldn't call him a Nepo baby necessarily, because by definition he doesn't meet those. He doesn't meet nepotism in the way that you would define nepotism, because LeBron James does not own the Lakers. All right. You would think he did, but he doesn't. He's just LeBron James who happens to play for the Lakers. And as far as dominant, when has LeBron ever dominated anything? He came to the league in 2003. He went to the finals for the first time in 2007, and they lost to the Spurs. When they lost to the Spurs, LeBron gave up. He gave up. And then in 2008, what happened? Boston won. In 2009, rematch between the Lakers and the Celtics. Kobe won without Shaq. Then that same Boston team that Kobe beat Kobe the year before, is the same Boston team that knocked LeBron out. And then the Magic team that Kobe helped beat to get his fifth ring is the same Magic team that knocked LeBron out again. So LeBron is whatever LeBron is. LeBron has, been hyped up by the media ever since, the late 90s, early 2000s. So Do you think they want to make themselves look bad? Of course not. Absolutely not. That's ridiculous. They're going to do whatever they can to push the narrative and the agenda that this is the next greatest thing that you've ever seen, and that's absolute bullshit. It's total crap. It's not true. It's absolute bullshit. You heard me. I'm not playing. Smack that mama. And, then you go and you fucking go to the super team, go to Miami, go to, at that point in time, you got Dwayne Wade with 1 ring that he got. They all decide to form a super team, if you want to call it a super team. But why would you form a super team if ring culture don't matter? What the fuck does that even mean? How could ring culture not matter? What's the point of you going and being a professional athlete in the NBA if you're not out here trying to win championships? You're just trying to get paid and that's it? What the fuck is wrong with you? You want to be the best at your craft. That's why a guy like Kobe is much more respected than a punk-ass, no-good piece of shit like LeBron James. I said it and I meant it, and I'll keep on saying it because it's the facts. It's true. This guy's been overhyped and underwhelming through the entirety of his shitty career. Yeah, he's got records, but records are going to be broken. You go from team to team to team, jumping teams and try to win championships by accumulating as much talent on a roster as you can. That's not the way to do it. And that's not the way it should be done. But that's LeBron. Got another pick in. Hornets coming in hot and heavy. Another Dookie going. 3rd pick of the 2nd round. Zion James. Another senior, upperclassman. 22 and a half years old. Got the maturity. Got comparisons to DeAnthony Melton and KCP. I think that's a good deal. I think that will be nice. It doesn't have quite the height that you would like to see, but I think he's still going to be a very effective player and a very effective wing. So good job. And Charlotte's got the next pick at number 4. So we'll probably do exactly what we did yesterday. We're going to go through the first 10 picks, and then tomorrow we'll go back, review everything, and more than likely we'll probably do it again at 7 o'clock because I would like to get Tony on the show and get his feedback also. And to get back on Kobe, Kobe is in a league of his own. Similar to Jordan, you got Jordan, then you got everybody else. But with Kobe, you had an individual that was more than just a basketball player. He was a cultural icon. He was an absolute monster on the court. He was an Olympic champion, gold medalist. He was an Oscar winner. And aside from the 5 championships that he got, 2 without Shaq, then it's nonsensical for some of these guys and some of the takes that they give. I don't even know where they come up with half of this shit because it doesn't even make any sense, especially since the man isn't around, because he fucking put that shit that he'd silence that. That wouldn't get any play if Kobe was still here. I guarantee you Kobe would respond and he wouldn't have that shit, not for a second. No way. Absolutely no way. Not gonna happen. Mamba mentality was more than just a saying. It's the way he lived his life. It's just, like I said, going down in history as one of the greatest players to ever grace the basketball court. And people need to give him the respect that he deserves, posthumously, posthumously, whatever you want to call it, especially now. So I think it's absolute nonsense to even consider a clown like LeBron that is nowhere near the level of Kobe on any level when it comes to mentality, work ethic, anything, nothing. But there are a lot of LeBron fans. There's a lot of people that seem to think that this guy's the the greatest thing since sliced bread. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I can't figure it out for the world. I've seen this man play for over 20 years, and he's underwhelmed consistently for 22 seasons. Little to no bag. He's got size, athleticism, but he could be a whole lot better. He bullies his way to the basket. That's his go-to. He's got no moves. He's got nothing. His bag is like Mexican brickweed from back in the 90s. There ain't nobody trying to smoke that shit. Don't nobody want that. LeBron's a joke. LeBron's been a joke, and he's never lived up to the expectations or the hype that people try to say that he was all about. And no way. No way. LeBron is a fraud. Been a fraud his whole life. Gonna stay a fraud. Yeah, this clown right here. Yeah, LeBronica. This is like I said, this motherfucker right here just look at him. Just look at him. Yeah. Nothing weird about that. Yeah. Oh, what else is the other argument? Oh, he went to 8 straight finals. Okay. He went to the finals from 2011 to 2018. And out of those 8 years, he only has 3 rings to show for it. Whereas the Celtics, if you want to talk about quality and excellence, from 1959, they won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight. They didn't just go to the finals 8 times. They won the finals 8 times. And as far as what it says right here on the 1950s and Los Angeles Lakers, that's incorrect. That would have been the Minneapolis Lakers. It wasn't until the 61, 62 seasons that they actually became Los Angeles. Will joined them in 69. They lost. But Jerry West was the MVP on a losing team. And then in 72, they won their first championship. That's the history of the Lakers in a nutshell. Nowhere near as storied as the history of the Boston Celtics. Boston. I'm just letting you know. It's real shit. I'm not making it up. Look for yourself. You can find out any type of information you want. You just have to put in the work and actually do it. So, yeah, to me, it's crazy. To me, it's crazy. And we got another pick coming in. Let's get the big board back on here. And with the 4th pick of the 2nd round, there's the Mark Williams replacement, Ryan Kalkbrenner, out of Creighton, 7'1", 257, senior, almost 24 years old. You got that. Listen, you got that maturity level. I think the Hornets are doing good. Let's see how they grade. Did they give a grade on that last one? I didn't check. They gave a grade B for Zion James. That's all right. Let's see what they give as far as Ryan Kalkbrenner out of Creighton. 7'1" senior, taking over from Mark Williams, obviously. Boom. No big deal. Good. I'm curious to see what they did actually grade that one. I'm wondering. I think we're all wondering. I don't know. Shit's weird. Weird times. We live in strange times. But that's okay. That's all right. And then you got these two knucklehead fucks right here. This stupid motherfucker LeBron and his dumbass kid is trying to talk shit to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander about rings. Talking about my daddy's got 4. You one of those my daddy motherfuckers. Well, at least you know your daddy as opposed to LeBron, who, as far as daddies go, it's Delonte or Diddy. That's the closest thing to a daddy that LeBron knows is going to be Sean Combs or Delonte West. And I know a million different LeBrons. I've seen a million different LeBrons. People that don't have a positive role model that's a male growing up, being raised by your moms. And I'm not disrespecting anybody that's been raised by moms. Love. Hey, moms is right there with pops. They just do different things. They have different roles. You have to have a positive male role model in your life. Otherwise, you're going to run into problems and you're going to like a sorry ass bitch like LeBron. And then his entitled son, who shouldn't even be in the NBA. Yeah, it's ridiculous. San Antonio is one team that I'm excited about. Other than having last year's Rookie of the Year, excuse me, getting Harper at the second round, plus depending on how Wemby does as far as comeback goes, I'm super excited about that. Yeah, that's what? Yeah, let me tell you exactly what it is that I'm trying to say. What I'm telling you is San Antonio is going to be a team to reckon with. Every team in the Western Conference thus far is going to be a serious contender. And you know what? Kalkbrenner got an A. So congratulations. Good job. Excellent pick by the Hornets. So far, like I said, one of the best drafts I've seen thus far. Next, we got Philly with the 5th pick coming up in the second round, followed by Minnesota with the 6th, the Pistons with the 7th, Pacers with the 8th, Raptors with the 9th, and to wrap things off, we've got the Pelicans with the 10th pick, and the Lakers actually have, they do have one pick. They've got the 15th pick via the Kings from the Bulls. So, do you think they'll get a big if there's one available? Maybe. I would like to think so. I would definitely like to think so. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We're talking about the Lakers here, so yeah. There's no telling what kind of shit show we got as far as the Lakers go. And then tomorrow night, let's go ahead and do another 7 o'clock. I'll get it scheduled after this one's done. And then I'll look and see how everything sounds after this is done. See whether or not I want to keep this because I don't know. To me, it sounds weird, but if it sounds good on the playback, then I'm okay with it. As long as the audio, which I cannot hear, sounds good, I have no issue with that. And we got to pick in Johnny Broom out of Auburn, big senior, 6'10", upperclassman, almost 23 years old. I think that's going to help with the Joel Embiid situation and his, body just not, just not holding up, bro. Not holding up. His body's just not holding up. And it's one of those things. It's sad. I feel for him. I really, really feel for him because that shit sucks. But listen. And even, Embiid went to KU, Rock Chalk Jayhawk, Red and Blue KU. So, listen, it is what it is. he wasn't going to have a 20-year career. Most of your bigs, with exceptions, few exceptions, really don't, because carrying that much weight, that much mass, being that big is not easy. It's not. So don't get it twisted. Excuse me. Check something here. Let me double check. Okay, still waiting on that. Once again, guys, big shout out. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you for subscribing. And like I said, I really appreciate everything that, you guys make the best part of my day. It ends in Y every day. And I'm going to be consistent with being able to go on based on circumstance. So I'm going to take advantage of it. And I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to be here for you. And God willing, if anything ever were to come out of it, monetization device to where I can actually give back, that's the first thing I'm doing. People that need it. I don't want anything in return. I want to help people. I mentioned that yesterday. And when certain things are done that I got going on, I'll get more detailed about certain situations that I might be able to assist people with. Like I said before, I am not a one-trick pony. Believe it or not, I've lived life and experienced things that others may not have experienced or understand. So it's one of those things to consider and to keep in mind. But we'll see. We'll see. Got Minnesota on the clock still, waiting to see what the Timberwolves decide to do. And that's going to be an interesting one. I think the next 3 picks are going to be interesting. Honestly, the last 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 of this first round, of the second round, are really going to give you a good idea of what you can expect next season. Because if we're talking about a core of young, hungry athletes who want to compete and they want to win and they want to play hard, they want to put into work, and they want to do whatever it takes to win, then we're in for one hell of a great season coming up. And a lot of people think that, hey, are we going to be able to, what do we got here? A little bit of trade action. So the Timberwolves via the Suns and the Nets. The Lakers have the 6th pick in the second round, and they took Edo Therio out of Arkansas, the 6'7", 218-pound junior, 21 years old and some change. Got him compared to Jay Crowder and Stanley Johnson. Listen, we'll see what they graded, but they needed help in the middle, and obviously for whatever reason they decided to go ahead and make a deal. Pelinka does Pelinka stuff. We'll see how it works out, but they definitely needed to get bigger, which is a huge reason why they didn't do as well as they could have done or should have done. Either way, doesn't matter. So now the Lakers also have a second round pick at number 15. Still. NBA's crazy. But listen, speculation wise, until the draft is over, until everything is finalized in way of having trades, free agency, etc., gives you a much clearer picture of what can be expected this upcoming season. And I'm looking forward to it, and I think, honestly, a lot of us are. It's going to be one of a kind.
I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time. One of the best singers, one of the best looking motherfuckers you've ever seen. Hold my drink, bitch.
I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be an amazing season, probably one of the best seasons ever. A lot of people thinking maybe Oklahoma City's going to repeat. Who knows? They've definitely got the talent. They've got the coaching. They've got the front office. They've got the players. They've got the bench. They've got the depth. But the landscape will be changing. I'm telling you, this is a young, fresh, hungry group of individuals that want to play, that want to win, that want to compete. And you know what? All the more power to them. I want them to succeed and do well. 100%. Congratulations to all these young men that stayed a little bit longer in school and got an education and wanted to better themselves. And that's not a knock against the one and done guys that decided to go and get a bag from the NBA and take their talents elsewhere. So the decisions you make, you're going to have to live with. And regardless of whether they're going to be good or bad, you're not going to know right away. It's going to take some time for that to evolve and develop to see what actually comes out of it and what happens. And just so you guys know, normally I would start out with about a half hour, 45 minutes. But, you know, like I said, we'll go an hour, a little bit more, and that's what we'll start doing consistently. I'm going to do some work in the meantime after tonight's show. After I get done with this, I'm going to cut up some shorts, do a little bit of editing, see how this one turned out, and then evaluate on how well it sounds, see whether or not the sound card, which isn't a bad sound card by any means, but I think that it's less sound card related and more of the condenser mic, because my other mic that I have, that I switched out, never gave me this issue at all. But I feel that as long as you guys are good with it, then you know what? I'm good with it. That's all I can say. Yeah. And let me know if you can hear any of those sounds. Oh, comment. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Da, 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 da. All right, Lisa. Hey, friend. Let's see what you say. Hey, friend, I saw your channel and noticed you're posting great content. However, you need more followers and views to increase your engagement and achieve verification or partner status. Within a month, I can help you get 25 subscribers in 3 days, which will get you closer to earning $1,000 a month. Feel free to contact me for more information. My Discord username is Steam Coach or Stream Coach. I appreciate that, Lisa. Thank you very much. I do have a Discord. I just, it's not that I can't figure it out. I just don't do a whole lot with it, but I greatly appreciate the comment, and I might have to take you up on that. We've got the 7th pick in from the Pistons, and it's Chaz Lanier, wing out of Tennessee, another upperclassman, 24, almost 23 and a half years old. Sorry, 6'4", nice little wing / guard, if you want to call him that. 206, got some weight on him compared to Malik Beasley. Nice. This is good age success. Thank you all. I appreciate that. I do. I really do. Oops. You know what it is? It could be the condenser mic versus the dynamic mic. It could be my voice. It could be the distance that I'm currently at away from the mic. The mic is right here, and I'm right here, and then looking at the sound card. As long as I stay in the green, I'm happy. But I feel like I'm getting just a little bit of, I don't know how to explain it exactly, but it just doesn't seem as clear and crisp as it did before when I had my other microphone set up. But that could just be me and me being used to having the old mic set up. So we'll see. And if I need to buy another mic, I'll get another mic. I don't mind the sound card because I'll be able to utilize a lot more things once I get more acclimated in using it. And believe me, I will. I'm good like that. Yeah, nothing to worry about. I wonder what they graded that. They graded it an A for the Lakers on Therio. At Therio out of Arkansas. So it's good. It's good. Still waiting on the grade from Pistons on Chaz Lanier with the 7th pick of the second round. And then we've got the Pacers, the Raptors, and the Pelicans. And we've got the 8th pick in by the Pacers. Their 8th pick of the second round. They got Cam Jones, guard out of Marquette. Another upperclassman, senior, a little over 23 years old, 6'4". Got comparisons to Dante DiVincenzo. That's a good guy to have a comparison with. That is nice. Very good. I think that is a great pickup. I'll see what they grade these last two, but I think those are really good pickups between Lanier and Cam Jones. And the Lakers did good on that, because even though I'm not a Lakers fan whatsoever. Kobe fan, yes. Kareem fan, yes. Magic fan, yes. Worthy fan, yes. Cooper fan, yes. Thompson fan, yes. Jerry West fan, yes. Shaq fan, yes. LeBron James fan, no. No. The sooner the Lakers get rid of that stupid son of a bitch, the sooner they'll start winning again. They got so much invested in this idiot, it's not even funny. They got too much invested in. That's the problem. That's the problem. You got too much invested in a moron who's past his prime, well past his prime, and doesn't want to quit and give somebody an opportunity to go in and play. So it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Still waiting on the grades on Chaz Lanier for the Pistons and Cam Jones for the Pacers, respectively, picks 7 and 8. And then, of course, we've got the Raptors up next, and then the Pelicans to round off the top 10 of the second round. And then tomorrow we'll go through the rest of the second round and see what happens, or what had happened, and we'll go from there. And like I said, it's an interactive show. I encourage you guys to jump on. If you don't want a mic, or if you just want to mic up, or if you don't want to, show your face on camera, you don't have to. But if you want to partake, you're more than welcome to, and I encourage it. Get out of your comfort zone. Do something different. You're going to be fine. It'll be fun. It's fun. And as far as growth goes, that's something that honestly I would want to do on an organic level. I want it done organically. I don't want to pay to get subscribers or bots or any of that. I don't want that. I don't need that. That's not how I want to do things. That's not the way no, thank you. No, thank you. I'll go old school and just work my way to where I want to be. And it takes time to get to where you want to be, but I got time. So listen, you got to put in the work if you want to get the results, right? I told you before, and I'll tell you again. If you knock and no one's answering, keep knocking. That door will open. If you're talking and nobody's listening, keep talking. Someone's going to hear you. They're going to listen. Don't give up. Don't get frustrated. Understand that people go through times of difficulty and times of good times and bad. Let's say it that way. And you never know which is which, and you never truly appreciate one from the other until you've experienced both of them. So just keep that in mind. Be open-minded about things in life in general, and don't put yourself in a corner. Don't get down on things that you can't control. Be yourself. Don't be afraid to take a chance. Just do it. Just do it. I'm not talking about doing anything stupid and doing anything that's going to harm or do anything bad to anyone. I'm talking simply don't be afraid to be yourself and put yourself out there. What's the worst that's going to happen to you? What? Some idiot behind a keyboard is going to say something to you? Big deal. Who cares? So what? That same person makes they're insignificant. Somebody that you will never meet and you'll never see and doesn't have the guts to come out and be a man, hide behind a keyboard. It's weak. It's just weak. It's just weak. Yeah, no. And we do have pick number 9, and we do have the grades in. So Pistons got an A+, which I agree with that 100%. That's a great pickup. Pistons are going to be a good team in the East. Like I said, the whole landscape of the NBA and this draft is going to change things. You're going to see hungry guys that want to play, compete, and win. And great pickup by the Pistons. Great pickup also by the Pacers, picking up Cam Jones. That's a steal in the second round. That's unbelievable. He's going to be impactful. I think a lot of these guys, if not all these guys, are going to be impactful. And we got another pickup already. Here we go. They wasted no time getting Elijah Martin. No, sir. DeAnthony Melton and Derek Jones Jr., the comparisons. Another upperclassman, 23 and a half years old, senior, 6'2", a small wing, more of a guard, 210, got good size as far as weight and mass goes. A man. You got a man. Good job. Good trade. This has been a great draft. I really believe this has been one of the better drafts in a long time. And with that, we have one more pick to go before we're going to wrap things up, and then we'll recap the top 10 of the second round, and then we'll get ready for another episode tomorrow night. And yeah, it's going to be fun. Hopefully, I can get Tony on here. If you guys have followed me in the past when I was with other channels, working with them, then you're going to love Tony. Tony's good. And he's like me, except we're going to sit here and talk shit back and forth between players. Right now, I don't have anybody to sit here and talk back and forth to, and I don't want to sit here and be like everybody else, throw up stats and do bullshit that I don't care about. You can watch other cats and get that. I'm my own person. I do my own thing. I do it my way. It's my show. I got the mic. I'm going to control this motherfucker. So, I am the captain. Understand? That's right. Don't get it twisted. And the Pelicans on the clock. We'll see how Elijah Martin, I think it's going to be. I think it's probably going to be a B grade on Martin, to be honest with you. But definitely no less than a B. It might be an A-, or it could be a B+, but it's going to be an A or a B. They got him so fast because he was still available on the board. So we'll see. And they got that pick from the Trailblazers. So we'll see what happens. Got Marquise Noel, as far as I know, still playing G League for the Raptors. On top of that, you got Grady Dick, Rock Chop Jayhawk. So, listen, I feel good about the Raptors. A lot of people should feel good about the Raptors. If you're a Raptors fan, you got a lot to look forward to. I really believe that to be true. Let me switch this right here. Look at that. Maybe one more. How about that? There we go. A little less of an echo. I think that helps. I don't like the echo, but I think I'm getting the hang of it here. Thank you. That's how I congratulate myself. The fun of the soundboard, magical. Yes, we'll see. And then after a little while, get done icing the knees. I'm gonna look, see if I've got an extra condenser mic. If not, I'm gonna shop around, see if I can find one that I like, and go from there. It's nothing against this condenser mic, but I think that there are better condenser mics out there that'll work with the sound card and not have that same type of reverb rather issue that I keep hearing. But once I rewatch the video, I'll be able to see exactly if I'm just going crazy or whether it sounds fine. So we'll see. We'll see. But the important thing is, ultimately, I know that you guys can hear me. So that's a plus. Even though I can't hear anything other than myself or anything that I put out and play, I'll be able to see if it came through, and I'm imagining that it did. So we'll go from there. And waiting on this pick from the Pelicans via the Wizards, the 10th pick of the second round, the 40th pick overall in the draft. Luka. Jokic was the 41st pick, if you don't recall, when he was drafted back in, what, that 14, 15? And there it is. There it is. Pelicans with their 10th pick of the second round. They pick up Micah Peavy out of Georgetown, the 6'6", 212-pound wing, also upperclassman, senior, almost 24 years old. Comparison, Shane Battier. Not bad. Not bad. Very honest, very good. Can't say anything about him. The next pick's coming up. We got the Suns with 11, the Kings with 12, Washington at 13, OKC with another pick at 14. At 15, the Timberwolves. The Celtics coming in at 16, Bucks at 17, Grizzlies 18, Cavaliers with 19, New York at 20, 21 for the Clippers, Golden State at 22, the Jazz with the 23rd, Indy once again at 24, Chicago 25, Grizzlies with 26, Boston with 27, Cavaliers again with 28, and then Golden State with 29. And that'll wrap up the second round of this year's NBA draft. So, and as far as Elijah Martin goes, I said no lower than the B, but A+. They picked them up quick. They did good. They did real good. We'll see what grade Micah Peavy gets, and then we'll do our quick recap and get ready for another show tomorrow. What do we got here? Let's see. Boost your Twitch kick with real followers and active viewers. Stream frequently. Participate in the chat. Promote on social media and build a real community. No bots, no shortcuts, just genuine growth through real content. Connect on Discord. Appreciate that, brother. I will definitely. I have a Discord. I don't really do anything with it. I got it because of the Y-Files, and, AJ and the Y-Files. I enjoy that on YouTube. It's one of my favorite channels, one of my favorite shows. So I do have a Discord, but like I said, I don't really participate in it actively, but I can always add it to the stream without any issue. So if that's something that you guys are interested in and you want me to do, let me know and I'll gladly do it. As far as Kick goes, I don't have a great deal of followers on Kick or Rumble. My biggest following is going to be on Facebook and on Instagram. So, but even then, it's, if you do something, whatever it is, and you enjoy it, it's not work. It's fun, and that's kind of how this is. And I enjoy this. I really do. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't be doing it. I don't get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like anybody gave me any free equipment or anything like that. I do this because I truly do enjoy being live and discussing sports and other topics. Very simple, very honest. And God willing, I get to a point to where I'm able to give back, which is what the goal here is. And that is exactly what I want to do, to help people. That is my goal in life, is to help people and help people better themselves. So we'll see how that all works out. I'm just waiting for everything to play out the way it is. Can't control what you can't control, but I promise you this: make good decisions based on the information that you have, and make sure that the information that you have is accurate and true and up to date, and you won't go wrong. Don't lie to yourself, and don't try to be somebody that you're not. Don't pretend to be anything that you're not. Just don't. Be yourself. You're going to be just fine, I promise. Don't try hard and fail and then get down on yourself. If you're not good at speaking, work on it, get better, get out there, and keep doing it. Don't give up. Don't let people tell you no, you can't do this or you can't do that. Do it. Just get out there and do it. Prove them wrong. Be the Mamba. Be Kobe. Channel your inner Kobe Bryant. Mamba mentality. Be that beast. Have no fear. Take no shorts. Don't be scared. Yeah. Wait on this draft grade here from the Pelicans, and then we could probably go over this right now while we're waiting on that. Round 2, pick number 1. Suns get Rasheer Fleming, 6'9", 232-pound junior out of St. Joseph's. With the second pick of the second round, Noah Penda coming out of Le Mans Sarthe Basket, which sounds to me like it's French. Forestiel, they will Seth Olasha are the comparisons. 6'8", 225, a little over 20 years old. And the third pick in the second round, the Hornets, Sion James, the wing out of Duke, another Dookie, 6'5", 218, another senior, 22 and a half years old. A lot of upperclassmen, juniors, and seniors in the second round, whereas the first round we had a lot of one-and-done guys. Second rounds have been a whole lot different. And then you've got guys that are undrafted that are still going to be able to compete for, teams, roster spots, G League, etc. So it should be interesting. It should be fun to watch. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are as well, because I think it's going to be well worth it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, let's see. Pick number 4, Ryan Kalkbrenner out of Creighton to the Hornets, followed by pick number 5, Johnny Broom out of Auburn, 6'10", 249, senior once again, almost 23 years old. Then the Lakers doing a little bit of trading, making some moves. Ado Thiero, forward out of Arkansas, 6'7", 218, junior, a little over 21 years old. Chaz Lanier to the Pistons, A+ on that one, senior, 23 and a half years old, 6'4", 206 wing / guard. Great pick. Cam Jones, 11th out of Marquette, 6'4", 202, senior, 23 years old. Exciting player. Awesome pick here. Elijah Martin, wing out of Florida, 6'2", 210, another senior, 23 and a half years old. Comparisons to Derrick Jones Jr. and DeAnthony Melton with an A+ draft grade. And then an A- goes to Micah Peavy with the Pelicans with the 10th pick of the second round. The wing out of Georgetown, 6'6", 212, also upperclassman, almost 24 years old. And, now we got pick 11, so I'll go ahead and do that one. Pick 11, Kobe Bryant, wing out of Kentucky, 6'6", 202. Another upperclassman, senior, 22 and a half years old. Comparison to Sam Hauser. Can't go wrong with that. It means he can take a three and make it. Nice. And he can move off the ball. So good. We went that extra in 16 minutes. That's okay. Guys, gals, everybody, thank you all so much for being a part of this, for joining me tonight. If you haven't done so already, go subscribe, like, share, notify, follow, depending on whichever platform you're on. On all of them, pretty much, I believe, with the exception of TikTok. I don't do TikTok. Won't do TikTok. No need for TikTok. I'm good. I got a clock. No TikTok. But aside from that, guys, I wish you nothing but the best. We're going to be back on. Hopefully I can get Tony on here tomorrow night. Let's do another 7 o'clock show Friday night. I don't have a whole lot going on. I believe I've got knee icing, and yeah, that's about it. But thank you. Nothing but love to you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you again tomorrow night, 7 p.m. And as always, you guys are awesome. Deuces.